What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of K Cards Baseball. Thanks for joining me tonight on the K Cards channel. Tonight on the channel, what we're going to do is a top prospect video. We haven't made a top prospect video in quite some time, so I've been looking forward to getting into this particular topic. These prospects that we're going to talk about tonight are, for the most part, on contending teams, and these players can have a really positive impact on their teams as they make the playoff stretch in the month of September. There is one player that we're going to talk about isn't currently on a contending team, but he is one of the most highly anticipated prospects that can be called up during this time of the season. We'll talk about him in a little bit. So what I think we're going to do is just go ahead and just jump right into it. There isn't a lot of fluff or a bunch of stuff that we need to talk about, so let's just go ahead and get into these top 5 prospects. The first player on my list is this guy right here. His name is Harry Ford. He is a catcher with the Seattle Mariners. So your first question to me is, why would the Seattle Mariners call up a catcher when they have Cal Riley as the catcher on their team? However, as we will see in a minute, Harry Ford is having an outstanding season and is basically forcing the Seattle Mariners' hand in calling him up for the playoff chase this year. He is 5'10", 200 pounds. He throws right and he bats right. And looking at Harry Ford's bio, he was the 12th overall pick in the 2021 draft class and the second catcher to be taken during that draft. Henry Davis, a catcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, was the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft and was the top catcher picked in that draft. Harry Ford has showed pretty consistent growth during his time in the minor league level. He is currently a 4th-year minor leaguer, so he has plenty of experience at the minor league level, and that would translate going into his Major League Baseball career. In the past 4 seasons, he has played in several futures games as well as in the World Baseball Classic for Great Britain. At all the levels he has played at, he has consistently been one of the younger players on the particular team. As he has progressed through the minor league system for the Mariners, what the Seattle Mariners see in Harry Ford, he is pretty wise beyond his years when it comes to plate discipline. His 265 combined walks in 3 full seasons place him second among all minor leaguers in that time span and has a career 404 on base percentage heading into 2025. That is quite an outstanding stat for an on-base percentage. Ford does offer a unique profile as a catcher with plus speed, with 35 stolen bases in 2024 and 82 bags over the 3 years, giving him a 2020 potential. He still has work to do with his overall defensive work in terms of blocking and framing. For the first time, he did see some time last year in left field, but we'll just have to see if that is a more permanent position. But he is an outstanding catcher, so it's going to be really difficult to pull him from that position. But when you got Cal Riley, the most likely candidate for MVP in the American League, it is really difficult to move him to DH and put Harry Ford at that catcher position. So we'll just have to see how that plays out. When we look at the stats for Harry Ford, he does have a career minor league batting average of .266 with an on-base percentage of .305. That is quite outstanding. And an OPS of .833. This year he is batting .283, so that is above his average. His slug is at .460 and his OPS is .868. He does have excellent home run power with 16 home runs so far this season and 374 at-bats and a total of 52 home runs during his minor league stint. His base on balls to strikeout is quite impressive, with 441 strikeouts to 348 base on balls. This year he has 88 strikeouts to 74 base on balls. His worst year was last year with 115 Ks to 74 strikeouts. So let's go ahead and take a video clip look at Harry Ford.
He's 1 for 4 tonight. The 1-1 pitch. A swing and a high fly ball hits it deep right field. Ramos is going back. Harry Ford is getting to Tolle the lead. Jett's 16th home run of the season is a go-ahead blast in the 8th. 5-4 Rainiers lead.
And again, it's the opposite field power for Ford. Takes it out to the light tower out in right field. Fastball.
So that is a look at Harry Ford. What we're going to do after we look at each one of these players is at the end I will do a breakdown of their Bowman First cards so you guys can see what kind of value you can expect to get for each one of these players. Let's move on to our number 4 player on our list. The next guy on our list is one of my favorite players in minor league, not just because of his name, because he's an absolutely outstanding player at an extremely young age. For the New York Mets, that is Jett Williams, a shortstop slash outfielder slash second baseman for the New York Mets. He's currently playing at the AAA level. He's 5'7", 195 pounds, bats right, and he throws right. And looking at Jett Williams' bio, he was drafted in the first round in the 2022 draft, has the New York Mets' second pick in the first round of that 2022 draft. So he was taken 14th overall, and the Mets turned around and signed him to the slot of $3.9 million. The Texas native zoomed through the New York Mets system in his first full season with a .263, .425, and .451 line, with 13 homers, 104 walks, and 45 steals. He is a guy that's going to make stuff happen once he gets on base, and that 104 walk total is quite outstanding at all the levels of Major League Baseball this season. Starting this year, he played at Double-A Binghamton. He returned to the Eastern League to begin 2025, but suffered right wrist discomfort in April and underwent debridement surgery in June. I'm not sure at all what debridement surgery is. He returned to minor league play in late August and got off to a pretty quick cameo with AAA Syracuse and made up for lost at-bats in the Arizona Fall League. Standing 5'7", the former Mississippi State commit doesn't give pitchers a huge zone, but it doesn't much expand it either, leading for solid walk rates and OBPs. He can work long at-bats, though sometimes those results in strikeouts too. The right-handed batter utilizes a leg kick in his foot load, and he tends to elevate the ball on contact, enabling him to get to an average power despite his frame. True to his first name, Williams can burn quickly out of the box, and he proved to be more aggressive and efficient in steals during the Fall League once he was further away from his wrist issue. Drafted as a shortstop, he split time between center field and also saw some time at second base in the late summer. He'll keep moving around so long as he's behind Francisco Lindor in the same organization, but his quickness should help keep him up the middle no matter what. And looking at Jett Williams' stats this year with two teams, he's batting .265 with an OBP of .369 and a slug of .453 for an OPS of .822, which is pretty much average if you average out all the years he has been at minor league baseball. That OPS has remained pretty consistent during the course of his minor league baseball career, other than last year. His OPS last year was at .656. He does have a pretty decent strikeout to base on ball ratio. If you look at this year, for example, he has a total of 114 strikeouts to 67 base on balls. And in his career, he's had 273 strikeouts to 197 walks, which is actually a pretty decent strikeout to walk ratio. Let's go ahead and take a video clip look at Jett Williams.
To second, to turn the attention home. 2-1 to Williams. High in the air towards left field. And this is gone into the Rail Riders bullpen. Third home run surrendered by Kenta Maeda, and it is a 7-0 lead for the Syracuse Mets with one away in the top of the second inning. Slider again, knee high down the middle. 283 miles per hour from Maeda.
So that's a look at Jett Williams. Jett Williams does have a really nice looking swing, as you saw in that video clip, and that was an outstanding home run off a proven Major League Baseball pitcher in Kenta Maeda. So that's a look at Jett Williams. Let's move on to our number 3 player on our list. The next player on our list is the number 27th ranked prospect in baseball, currently Payton Tolle, a left-handed pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. He's 22 years old, 6'6", 250 pounds. He bats left and he throws left. He is definitely Paul Skeens-like with that mustache. That is the first thing that jumps out to me about Payton Tolle. He did just get called up to the Major League Baseball level right before the weekend, and he did pitch quite well against the Pittsburgh Pirates in his first outing as a Major League Baseball pitcher. He was considered one of the best two-way players in college baseball while he was at Wichita State. He did transfer to Texas Christian, where he did struggle at the plate. However, he did excel on the mound, winning Big 12 Conference Pitcher of the Year accolades while striking out 105 batters in 69 innings, relying heavily on his fastball. The Red Sox had him focus on improving his strength and athleticism after he signed his Major League Baseball or his minor league contract, and the result is that his heater has gone from sitting at around 91 miles per hour to topping out at 96 miles per hour during his time at TCU. This combination of velo and shape has proven unhittable so far, as his fastball generated an unfathomable 46% swing and miss rate in his first half of the season. Tolle was a polarizing prospect in the draft, with some scouts wowed by his fastball metrics and others seeing him as more of a multi-inning reliever with just one weapon. To enhance his chances of making it as a starter, Boston had him dial back his fastball usage to 75% last spring and work on improving his average mid-80s sweeping slider and fringy upper 80s changeup, both of which have added power as well. So far this year in 2025, he did pitch for 3 different minor league teams during the course of the year, had 3 wins and 5 losses with a 3.04 ERA, giving up just 10 runs with an opposing batting average of 303 and a whip of .99. Let's take a video clip look at Payton Tolle.
Fastball at 97. That's his pitch. That could make him a lot of money. That doesn't mean there's a good pitch right there. Good changeup. Yep, would stay in direction. That's strike 3, and that was a much better direction as delivery. The 2-2 pitch. Hey, got him. Normie on a big league rehab, strikes out. That was a fastball. That was a big league fastball, too. Now full-time pitcher gets him. Another strikeout. Yep. Fastball right there. Got a lot of nice things going for him. Yeah.
So that's a look at number 27 on the Major League Baseball rankings, Payton Tolle for the Boston Red Sox. I could definitely see him coming in and having a positive impact on that team going into September and down the playoff stretch. Next on our list is the number 25 prospect in baseball currently, and that is Trey Yesavage, a right-handed pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays, currently playing at the AAA level. His projected call-up is 2026. He's 22 years old, 6'4", 225 pounds, so that is a pretty big dude throwing off the mound. He does throw right and he bats right. And looking at Trey Yesavage, he was the first pick for the Toronto Blue Jays in the 2024 draft, number 20th overall. Yesavage began his career at East Carolina as a reliever, but worked his way into a starting role with great effect in 2023, earning him second-team All-American honors in 2023. As a junior last spring, he finished among the Division I top 5 in ERA, 2.03, which was 4th overall, strikeouts 145, which was 5th overall, average against 154, which was 2nd, wins 11, which was tied for 4th, but however he did suffer a collapsed lung during what was believed to be a dry needling treatment before the ACC conference tournament. He returned in time to throw 7 1/3 innings of 1-run ball against Wake Forest, and fellow top 2024 draft talent Chase Burns in the NCAA Greenville Regional. While some teams have medical concerns about Yesavage, the Blue Jays selected the hurler 20th overall in July and signed him to a $4,177,500 minor league baseball contract, which is quite outstanding. Yesavage traveled to the Blue Jays facility in Dunedin, Florida for baseline work with Toronto staff, but didn't appear in games after the draft. Let's go ahead and take a video clip look at Trey Yesavage.
Yesavage delivers a payoff pitch. Over the inside corner, called strike 3. Over the outside corner, a called strike 3 on the changeup. Jones wants the challenge, but I think that was easily a strike. It was. 2-2. That time it's called strike 3 on the changeup. Over the outside corner, a called strike 3.
Swing and a missed strike 3. Took something off. Second time he's gone on the glove. And the pitch swung on it. Missed strike 3. Another good changeup. And he waves at a great changeup downstairs. 7th strikeout now for Yesavage. Got him. Threw the fastball by Shoemaker. The old Linda Ronstadt Blue Bayou fastball.
The last player on our list and the number 6 prospect in baseball currently, J.J. Wetherholt with the St. Louis Cardinals. He's a shortstop / second baseman at the AAA level. He's 22 years old, 5'10", 190 pounds. He does bat left and he throws right. Wetherholt was the 7th overall pick in the 2024 draft by the Cardinals and was the top player in Bowman baseball this year. Wetherholt's breakout year at West Virginia came as a sophomore when he won the Division I batting title with a .449 average and finished with a 1.304 OPS. That is outrageous. He was the Big 12 Player of the Year as a sophomore after solid turns with Team USA in Chatham on Cape Cod. He was set to be highly followed junior, but hamstring issues held him back from a full spring. He still slashed .331, .472, and .589 with 8 homers on 17 Ks to 30 base on balls. That is an outstanding strikeout to base on ball ratio and was considered the number 1 overall candidate right up to draft day. The Cardinals selected him 7th overall and sent him to Single A Palm Beach, where he hit .292, .405, and 429 games. So far in 2025, his average is .312 with a .424 on base percentage and a .523 slug with an OPS of .947. And he has improved quite dramatically, going from AA to AAA. At AA, he had an .891 OPS. However, currently at AAA, in 37 games, he's got a 1.032 OPS. Not really known as a tremendous power hitter, however, he's only had 9 home runs in 146 at-bats. So he is definitely a guy that is going to be an on-base percentage guy as opposed to a big-time power hitter. Let's take a video clip look at J.J. Wetherholt.
Now thinking 1, the next pitch. He'll swing, hit a ground ball. That's out of the range of Hosey and down into left field for a base hit. Leadoff single by Wetherholt. Next pitch from Sauer. He'll swing, hit a ground ball right side. It hits the runner, and that'll be a dead ball out. Here's the pitch. Swings it into line drive to left. Kim's going to have to play it on a bounce. Now he swipes at it, deflects it to the left. His throw will go towards second. Wetherholt now 3 of 3 tonight. Runner goes, pitch outside, throw down to second is high, and Wetherholt in safely.
So that's a look at J.J. Wetherholt, an outstanding prospect for the St. Louis Cardinals. Let's go ahead and check into each one of these players' current baseball cards and see what the best value is for each one of these players. The first player up is Harry Ford. His Bowman First card is in 2021 Bowman Draft, and this is a chrome refractor for $5.95, an outstanding value. Even some of his parallels, including the sky blue refractor, is at $4.25. Here's an auto card in mint 9 with an auto of 10 at $57. So getting a nice auto card of one of the top prospects currently for right around $50 is an outstanding deal. This is a Bowman First Lava, looks like a yellow lava refractor, PSA 9 for $60. So there is some outstanding value to Harry Ford out there if he can get his chrome refractor Bowman First for under $10 or even under $5. In this case, $2.25. That is an outstanding value that is worth definitely an investment. Here's a nice green parallel Bowman First to 99 for $20. That's a pretty decent deal, even though it's a paper card. But still, if you can get a parallel for under $20 of a top prospect, you definitely can't go wrong with that kind of value. So that's a look at Harry Ford. Next up, Jett Williams. His Bowman First card is in 2022 Bowman Draft, and you can get some really nice deals. Here's a really nice blue parallel, numbered to 150 for $3. Here is his Bowman Chrome First for $2.13, his paper at $1.99, and a Bowman First auto card for $91.01. Pretty decent price there. Here's something you can really get crazy with. Here's a PSA 10 2022 Bowman Chrome Draft blue refractor, numbered to 150 for $650. That is pretty crazy, but might not be a bad investment. However, if you're interested in a decent auto, you can still get his Bowman First auto refractor, numbered to $499, a PSA 9 for $123, which is not a bad value at all. So definitely an affordable player and a guy that I think has an outstanding future with the New York Mets. Next up is Payton Tolle, and his Bowman First card is in 2024 Bowman Draft. Here is a chrome refractor of his for $5. So it's another one of those deals if you can get a chrome refractor of a decent high top prospect for around $5 or even under $10. That is definitely a high value card that is worth investing in. Even spending a little bit extra money for a sapphire yellow to 75 for $122, that isn't bad at all. Here is his paper Bowman First for $2.29, and here is a graded paper Bowman First for $20 in gem mint 10 condition. This is pretty crazy. An auto red lava refractor, numbered to 5 for $5,900. 71 bids. That is pretty crazy. His autos are actually at a pretty high price, over $200 for an auto, numbered to $499. There is deals to be had on Payton Tolle. It is something that is definitely worth investing at this particular point because I think he has an outstanding future as a pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. Next up, we have Trey Yesavage, and his Bowman First card, similar to Payton Tolle, is in 2024 Bowman Draft. This is a nice basic chrome Bowman First card for $1.85. Even getting a blue parallel numbered to 150 for $9.50 is not a bad way to go at all. This is his sapphire Bowman Chrome First card for $8.25. I'm a big fan of the sapphire card, so getting a sapphire Bowman First Chrome for under $10 is really a good deal for sure. This is his Bowman First Auto Chrome for $42, so even an auto under $50 is a good deal as well. His base paper is going for right around $2. Again, I would generally stick to the chrome cards over the paper cards because long term they just have a better value. And if you can get a number parallel in a chrome version for $10 to $15, that is definitely a good way to go as well. The last player on our list is JJ Wetherholt. His Bowman First card is in 2025 Bowman, so it is a product that has been out this year, and his chrome card is pretty consistent around $2.50 just for the plain base chrome card. His sapphire card, as you can see here, is $18.50. Here is his reptilian at $13.37. So if you do have one of those reptilians of JJ Wetherholt, a definite good value. This is actually kind of a cool speckle refractor to $2.99, auto card for $3.38. That isn't a bad card at all, and I'd really like the look of that card for sure. This is a green Mojo Fractor from a Mega Box, numbered to 99 for 202.88. I was actually hoping to pull that card last night when I opened up a mega box. No luck. The mega boxes haven't done very well for me, but still a fun rip for sure. Here's an Aqua X-Fractor for $50.50. So definitely some good value out there in J.J. Wetherholt. Another guy that I think has an outstanding future in the game and definitely worth spending a few dollars on some of his better cards. Even this mini diamonds card for $37 is a really nice card. So plenty of value out there for J.J. Wetherholt, as there is with all of these top prospects. As we've gone through this list, you have seen that many of these players are playing for some of the top contenders in baseball currently. So these players can have a pretty significant impact on their team's performance and their chance of getting to the playoffs this season. So a lot of these players' cards will go up in value as the season goes on and as they have success during the remainder of the regular season and going into the postseason. So guys, that's all we got for you guys tonight. Thanks for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel and haven't had a chance to hit that like, subscribe, definitely go ahead and take care of that for me. I'd greatly appreciate that. And thanks again to all my regular subscribers for checking out this video as well. And stay tuned for other great content on the K Cards channel coming up in the coming days. So thanks guys. Thanks again for checking this out. Be safe out there and happy collecting. We'll talk to you guys in the coming days with more great content on the K Cards channel. Thanks guys.